Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Ethereum, Solana and SUI price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna start with Ethereum on the 4 hours chart here, where we are still looking at the potential double 1-2 here. And of course, the double 1-2 would like to see, of course, a massive wave 3 toward the upside. However, of course, when we got this range here, we start to doubt this scenario a little bit much more here. Even getting a leading diagonal was a very likely potential scenario for 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. However, the problem that I have here is that as this wave 4 currently is diving a little bit deeper and still showing weakness in validation and without taking the high even. Giving a potential of a scenario for a triangle here, A, B, C, D, and an E, and then dropping down. And that means, of course, even confirmation for lower might be taken because, of course, if we take this low, which is, of course, your 1, 2 here, and another 1, 2, it is not allowed, of course, to take this low. By taking it, it means invalidation for this 1, 2, and automatically invalidation of the double 1-2, transforming this into an ABC zigzag here and finishing a wave C, and then we're dropping toward the downside. Despite that, it looks corrective and this much more impulsive. That will be very tricky. But of course, if we have double 1-2 here, it might be, of course, that wave 3 is forming toward the downside as a 1, 2, 3 here, wave 4, and then wave 5. Then for 5 continuation for lower prices. So that is is gonna be painful, of course, if this happen. It's gonna be painful again, of course, looking for lower prices again and again. But basically, on the 1 hour chart here, if we take a closer look as well, we can see that we have a formation of a zigzag there. Now, the possibilities, as I mentioned, can be, of course, a triangle and then we push for lowers. This is our bearish scenario. But it can be also looking for a wave 1 here, potential wave 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Ending diagonal somehow to finish a wave C over there. Can be, of course, a little bit much more aggressive. Maybe the diagonal reaching the 1-to-1 fib level as, of course, invalidation as well for anything impulsively bearish toward the downside by taking, of course, this wave 1 here, because if we are in a 1, 2 and then wave 3, if this, of course, 3696 is taken, meaning, of course, invalidation for this impulse toward the downside. So but highest possibility due to this 3-wave structure here. And we took, of course, the wave 1 there as an invalidation, and we're still looking at a weakness, especially that we are bearish here on the 15-minute chart from this drop. It looks for me a little bit impulsive, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And we are very, very corrective over there, of course, during the weekend. So very likely that we have finished the wave 2, wave B, and we start the impulse toward the downside as well. So basically for Ethereum, I'm still looking, of course, for lower. If we take a look also at the KGT, we can see clearly we have a bearish signal there taken from the top here. Within the selling pressure, we have, of course, a bearish signal. The bullish signal is going to be invalidated, and anyway, it has shown up a bearish signal, meaning higher possibility that we push toward the downside here for the indicator as well. Yep, this is regarding Ethereum. If we move to Solana, for Solana as well, on the 4 hours chart, we are in a potential leading diagonal wave 1, but also you can be here in something as a W, X, and a wave Y in zigzags, all of it. And then we're looking for something impulsive as double 1-2, wave 3 given, and you're looking at a wave 4, ABC expanding flat, and then pushing for lower. It can be even a running flat A, B, C, D, and an E, and then also pushing for lower. In case that this is for the bearish. In case that we are bullish here, you have finished an ending diagonal over there. And in this case, we have finished potentially wave 2 in an A, B, and a C somehow here. Your 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This is your wave B, very fast and sharp. And then finishing, of course, this low. That means, of course, that you might still be in a 1, 2, 3, and then wave 4 and a 5 impulse. where Solana did not anyway invalidate the impulse toward the upside yet. So invalidation of bullish is not taken yet for Solana. Very interesting. And it's still, of course, showing higher prices. So yesterday we saw, of course, some push toward the upside. However, it is very obviously that it pushed in an expanding flat. Taking our confirmation for higher here, right, and then pushing for lower again. That means, of course, the confirmation for higher is still true. We're gonna push for higher again because, of course, an expanding flat here means, of course, a correction, and we will push toward the upside again. That means this 1, 2, 3, and then wave 4. The wave 4 might be, of course, moving and shifting to this area to finish within a wave C. But we gotta be careful because a wave C can be very deep. Here, the fib level taken from this expanding flat, 1.618, the common target, well, can interfere with the zone 1. So that is also a question mark. If this is gonna happen, well, it's not a good signal as well. But knowing that, okay, something then is much more complex is unfolding, and that means, of course, 3 ways up, 3 ways down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the confirmation of for higher is still there. It's gonna be taken sooner or later, but yeah, this, of course, is gonna push for lower again, very likely here, and especially after this 3 wavy pattern. Unless, of course, it's gonna continue toward the upside here as an ending diagonal potentially. This is your bullish again. If we're still looking for higher, can still be a possibility. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finishing wave 5 over there. And then, of course, pushing for lower. Now, based on the indicator as well, okay, we got already our double signals there for bullish, as you can see, followed, meaning a strong trend will follow. And this is exactly what we saw yesterday on the 3-minute time frame for KGT. And then, of course, the invalidation of the bearish has been given because, of course, the signal is higher than the previous one. That means we're gonna move down, but correctively. It gives you already that this is a correction. And of course, it might move down, despite, of course, that it is invalid. It doesn't mean that we will not move down, but it means that it will move and shift up again sooner or later. Now, it is impulsive, of course, because it's a wave C of this an ABC expanding flat, and then we will push for higher. Yep, so this is regarding a KGT for Solana. The final one we have here is SUI. For SUI, we are looking here also at the 4-hour chart, where we have our potential 1, 2 here, and then another 1, 2. It can be even a bigger 1, 2 there, of course, for this diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Finishing wave 1, and then we push, of course, for lower in a massive impulse toward the downside, where we see, of course, a 1, 2, 3 here. Finished wave 3, and currently what you're looking at is a potential wave 4, and we push for lower. This wave 4, of course, from the low here of the wave 3 might be, of course, a W, an X, and a wave Y here. In case it is, you might be, of course, in an expanding flat W, right? So ABC W, ABC, of course, for the X, and ABC here finished for a wave Y, and we drop down. Now, if we're gonna drop down impulsively, then you are in double 1, 2. But this range here for wave 2 is very weird. It suggests something much more corrective in a wave B, ABC. And that means give us highest possibility that we're still in double 1, 2 here. And we're looking at 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5 still potentially toward the upside. That doesn't remove the possibility of a correction in 3 ways, and of course an impulse 5 waves. Okay, then dropping down. However, of course, if we are still looking for higher, I'm looking for this target 2.3 or $2.19, and this will drop down again, unless, of course, we have really finished here and bottomed there for a wave Y. Yeah, and then we have finished this structure here in W, X, and a Y. And that means, of course, in this case, you started a bigger 1, 2 here, and a double 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5 to finish wave 3, then 4 and a 5. This is bullish then. But it's too early, of course, to push for such a bullish scenario, guys. Now, for the KGT as well, we are looking here at our signals. For KGT, we see, of course, a bullish signal has been given in divergence, of course, as you can see within the price. We saw the push toward the upside, but directly followed by the bearish signal, and here we're pushing toward the downside again. If you want to see a little bit much more further price, you can go to the lower time frame. Now we are having, of course, another on the 1 minute, another bullish signal, but yeah, it's very weak. Be careful, guys. It might be get invalidation directly by taking this low, which is very close, and we took the 886. That means it's gonna be taken, it's gonna be invalid sooner or later, so be careful with it. Now it can push higher a little bit, but boom, then pushing for lower, and then transform to invalidation here, so we gotta be careful with it. Despite this, of course, invalidation for bearish has been given here in the top, because of course the price took the high. However, of course, we're gonna still need to take a look here in a bigger view and just take it, of course, from the 3-minute chart as bearish. Yeah, so it is very clear conversions as bearish, and we see weakness for the bullish already on the 1-minute chart. So yes, very likely that we drop down. And this drop down means, of course, at least to take the 1-to-1 fib level as an ABC here, or WXNOI at 1.662, and we take it from there. Now, even if we take ABC there, it's still above the invalidation for the 112 here, and we will take it from there. If it survive and it push toward the upside again, then okay, wave 5 might unfold, still there. But if we break it, well, okay, new lows will be taken. We continue the drop down for a major wave 5, which it might be, of course, here between the 0.618 and the 1-to-1 fib level, $1. Yeah, so we gotta be careful with SUI as well. That was it for Ethereum, Solana, and SUI. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.